Hi everyone, we just wanted to include you in a conversation Janine and I are having, and to let you know about something Janine's working on. Is so exciting because I'm really burdened right now about a new wave of energy and glory that's coming on worship. I can feel it in the spirit, and one of my giftings in the spirit is knowing when waves are coming. And I feel like there's a wave happening right now, and we have to engage it and join with it. Do you feel like that, Janine? There's a wave, there's something stirring right now in the spirit.
Yeah, definitely. We can feel it, can't we? And I think it's exciting right now because there's new momentum and there's almost like a reset happening. That's
That's
what
a
I
good
feel.
word. Good
This
word, reset. Yeah.
Yeah, reset, it's almost like a freshness of a new day is coming. And it feels we're not quite there yet, but
Mm.
you can feel that anticipation, that kind of build of something really exciting kind of
Yeah.
stirring in the spirit. I feel it a lot. I have quite a bit of this burning within me at the moment.
I feel the same. Even before, coming on here to talk to you, I just felt like a burden. I felt like crying. I felt like interceding. There's something happening. You can see glimpses of it with like Sean Foyt taking the worship on the street and that. And there's breakings out of a new wave of worship. But I don't think it's going to be the same as it is. I think there's a realm coming, and I've been prophesying about this. I saw David in the council of God pray and engage in the council, asking for that realm of David's tent. And I believe you're connected to that, and others are. And the reason we're doing this video, we just feel like this is a really important conversation, and the church is really good at getting behind speakers and projects. We need to get behind worship innovators, creators and dreamers of a new future, and people like you who are taking the new creation message like we're putting out on our podcast, and you're putting it into music, and a realm is opening up on it, and people are starting to feel that realm, aren't they, on your music? And even in the music industry, they're saying, I know there's something on it. It's the realm of God. Tell us a little bit about the realm.
Yeah, I feel it's that place where we just begin to enter into him, is in it, and his heart, really, and it takes us, you feel that transcendence, you feel that place where you actually begin to leave your mind,
your body.
your body and you go into that place of, like, it's almost like fresh air. It's like the breath of who he is, and it just completely shifts you, and it's wonderful. It's such a glorious presence that you begin to see and feel and just get encompassed by, really. And
it's more than singing songs, isn't it? Because when this realm's there, it's like it's hard to come back, isn't it? Because I love that word transcendence that you just used. That is a powerful word. And in the past decade or so, worship hasn't had that transcendence. It's been singing songs, worshiping, which is good. But I think what's happening is we're going somewhere now. God isn't just coming to us. He's saying, come up here into the realm. And then you get all these new lyrics and words that are unfamiliar. And it's like Ray Hughes talks about, sing the silences. There's silences in the heavens that need to be sung out into the earth. I do feel like there's a pregnancy, though. There's something.
It feels to me like we're in one of those suddenly moments where it feels like really heavy and dark in the world, but yet suddenly something could just like rush in again.
I agree.
That's what I feel.
I feel that pregnancy, that realm is pressing down on us, and it's going to change. And I've had dreams about this. One day it could happen and we'll never look back. And it feels like if enough of us just press through that membrane, it's just going to shower down on us. And I almost feel like I just want to groan and make the sound, because and I think that's it. It's a sound, isn't it? Even the rocks will cry out if we don't cry out in this season. And worship, I think, is creating a wave for the future, and you're a part of that, a big part of it, and I'm excited about that.
Well, what I love as well is that you're with what you bring, that always sparks me to kind of write things, or kind of go into that place where I ponder it, or I unpack it, or I start to search it out for myself. And I feel like that's where the arcing kind of happens. It's like I can't it doesn't come to me the same way, but sometimes you'll say something, because even, I think, I can't remember which song it was, it might have been The Boundaries Blurring, when like you said, like one throwaway comment once on a podcast where you laughed it off, and I don't know why it hit me, so I'll just like sing that one line, and then before I know it, there's like a whole song there.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's such an amazing synergy, and I'm thankful for that, because a bit like Godfrey, really, what you bring does spark us as well. And that's why it's amazing when it all kind of comes together.
Yeah, there has to be like new people who capture the nowness of God. You know, there's too many songs that are drawing us back, and God wants us to be, this is where I am right now, engaging you. And that's what I like about you, Janine. You'll pick up a line, and Godfrey Birtle does the same, and take a snapshot, and then people hear that song and they enter into it too. And I think that is part of it. There's too many songs that we're over familiar with that have the same kind of sound to them, and then you kind of get into a slumber, but God's breaking the slumber, and sometimes it means the sound isn't what you expect. It's like, and that's what I love about your Metamorphosis song, because it's a dance track, and it's really out there.
It is out there. I haven't had a lot of feedback on that one. But it's okay. But it's funny because you hear that sound. I remember like one of the most amazing worship times we had was when I heard it on a song. I got the key, I got the secret, I got the key to another world. Remember, and I did that once because I heard that on the radio, and for some reason that really took me into the realm, and I knew I was meant to do that song, and we just sang for ages, just that one little ditty, and it was really a lot of glory on it. So
that's it. That's how simple it is. It's fresh, it's dynamic, and even it can come through songs on the radio. And you know, it's awesome. Love it. And I love what you're doing with your last album, Relocate. It was very unique. And we put it on a lot of our podcasts and our YouTubes, and people always say, what is that music? But you're working on two new projects at the moment, and I'd love to hear a bit about them. Tell us about them.
Yeah, so I'm working on, the first one's called Enraptured.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that is actually Enraptured. So that is about that moment where we get caught up, and it's a lot of the songs are about union and intimacy, and almost it's something ancient as well on some of the songs, because I love reading the saints and how they actually lived a lifestyle of bliss and enjoying God, really enjoying his heart. And I feel like there's something that we need to rediscover in that. So a lot of the songs are about ecstasy and about the bliss of our union, and just that is the joy of our salvation, really, and just enjoying him. I think you're gonna like that one.
Yeah, Enraptured, because I think that's another thing that's been missing. There's been lots of melancholy songs, but if all we sing is melancholy, all we'll get is melancholy. And I know a lot of melancholy Christians, but in his presence is total celebration. And you know what I love about the saints too, and you know this, Janine, because you're part of Company Burning Hearts, is they knew about ecstasy, they knew about rapture. And we're in a generation where we need to rediscover what we've already forgotten. So I love that title, Enraptured. When are you working on it already, or what's happening?
Yeah, so I've written some of the songs. Some of the songs I'm actually working on finishing at the moment. So I'm hoping to finish them over Christmas, and we're going to start recording that in January. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm actually partnering with a record label called Homegrown Worship to do that. So that's going to be fun.
Brilliant. Homegrown Worship connects to the website where you're crowdfunding this. It's called Rocket Fuel, and it's a big culture that are coming together who want to pioneer people like you. And we're supporting you on there. We've sponsored a song, but people can actually sponsor the album or join up monthly and see what mentoring sessions you're doing and all these creative hubs that you're doing. I love the idea, Janine, that you want to bring these like creative people together as well in these creative conversations that you're doing. And you said 2 other people have already started their own groups, but your heart is really to get all these people who are different, engaging each other, talking to each other and sparking each other. Tell me a little bit more about what you're doing with that.
Yeah, I've started this creative community because it actually came out of a dream. I don't know if I've actually told you this, Justin, but during lockdown, I heard Joanne McFatter singing in the spirit, and as I was waking up, she was calling the artisans back to the temple. She was saying, bring all the singers, bring all the artists, bring all the dancers, and she was singing "Daddy's home, Daddy's home." And
I love that.
yeah, well, I think I haven't been able to find it, but I actually think it's a song that was on a really early Morning Star CD. I'm not sure, or a prophetic moment, perhaps that was on one of those.
Yeah.
But I clearly heard it in my spirit, and I felt what the Lord was saying to me at that time is that don't just connect with worship people, connect with artists, like anyone who wants to almost pull the unseen and release it, and or create something beautiful with it, whether that's through film, whether it's through writing, poetry, dance. It's endless how creative we actually are, and just to create a community really in a place where we actually take things that we've heard recently, like Ray Hughes say about write the silences, and actually not just hear that and write in our journal and leave it there, but actually go on a journey where we explore, well, how do we do that? And because I don't know either, but I thought it's almost like the Lord said to me to do it for a year. So we're intentionally going on this journey together and just encouraging each other, because actually I'm really blessed to have some creative friends, and we message each other every day. So it's just creating this place where people have that and they don't feel isolated, and actually encourages them to pursue what is in them to do. So yes, I'm really excited about it.
And I suppose you might get a few other voices on board as well who are in this realm to teach on it and other stuff, because I could see this thing is going to grow. And you've talked all about doing podcasts, creative
we're going to do those
roundtable
next
podcasts where we pull in really people who've shaped our journey with the worship scene and creative ascension, mystic people, and have table talks. Now, I'm really looking forward to that. Is that something we're going to see next year? What's that going to be called, and where's that going to be?
We're going to call it Many Voices, and we're going to, like you said, we're going to bring some of our inspirational people that maybe have inspired us and really talk to them and have nitty-gritty conversations, the questions that we've always wanted to ask. There's lots of people that we would love to have some really amazing conversations with and just go deeper. I mean, we've had the privilege recently of having some mentorship from Ray Hughes, and it's been incredible, hasn't it? And
really, really out of this world. I haven't even been able to speak when he's been teaching us, because just the realm and the awe and the wonder and the sense that something incredible is going on, something unusual and incredible. It might, like you said, Janine, it might look a mess in the world, but in the spirit, it's not a mess. In the spirit, there's a realm opening that is astonishing us, and you can feel it coming through the words. You can feel it coming when we gather together and we talk about these realms. It's just opening up.
Yeah, so we just want to kind of explore that next year. So there's a few things that we're on with. So that will probably be called Many Voices, and hopefully starting at the beginning of the year. And our second Creative Community Hub is on the 19th of January. And
brilliant. How do people sign up for that? Where do they find it?
You find it on Rocket Fuel, my Rocket Fuel page. I'll put the link under this video. And every month you can go on there and sort of get this, you will get emailed the Zoom details. So
brilliant. I think it's going to snowball. That's what I see in the spirit, because I think it's the right time. I believe we're in a creative explosion. The Lord told me this, is technology will look like magic. We're going into high consciousness. We're going into infused knowledge, the realm of light, the realm of wisdom. And I think these kind of groups are going to attract what you honor. You will attract. You'll attract the spirit of wisdom. You'll attract the angels. Can you tell us about Rocket Fuel?
Yeah, so I've just started on there, I think a month ago. So I've put there on Rocket Fuel, you can find everything that I'm doing really, and there's lots of things on there. So if you want to sort of pre-order any of the albums or any any projects that I'm working on. You can find out about the actual songs, but there's also some free stuff as well. So we're doing live streaming every Friday, so you can be part of a group and kind of join us. And actually a lot of our songs come from those moments where I get caught up and I'll sing maybe a couple of lines and then I'll go back and kind of work on them. So a lot of the songs kind of are birthed really in that place of sort of being caught up.
You're also working on a second album, so they're both albums of 5 songs each, I think. So you've got Enraptured, and then you've got Dazzling as the second album. Tell us a little bit about that one.
So Dazzling is, the album comes out of an encounter that I had where I saw Jesus in his high and lifted up state, and I saw that him basically shining and sort of changing from being this bright light to a man, and every time he kind of would change, like revelation hit me about who he is. One of the songs on that album is called Strike My Heart, and he was just kind of, every time he was looking at me, he was striking my heart with just wonder really of who he is. And in that glorious state of him being before the throne. So
I've had many experiences like that where lightnings are coming out of him, hitting you, and that is a realm, isn't it? That is a place we can go, a heavenly realm. What I like about what you're doing, Janine, you're writing songs from intimate encounter, which we should be having with God in mystical realms. And that's, I feel, is like part of the mandate for this hour, is that we behold him. Because as we behold him, we get changed into him, we get transfigured. And you've written other songs as well, like Metamorphosis, where God does want to do something beyond our wildest dreams, restore awe and wonder. And we need songs that take us into such a powerful realm that we stay there, that we actually, it becomes our home. And that's what I feel like you're doing. So with the second album, you got the 2 albums, but we need to support you financially. And this is one of the things I love to see happen, is that if everybody just rallied around you, because, we need to support grassroots, brand new, UK voices rising in the land, because we need you. We need what you bring, Janine. I mean, I love arcing with you. We do conferences together. We do Tribe and Company Burning Hearts. But there's something powerful on when the preaching and the music are in harmony together. And I feel like we have to recognize there's an arc happening. There's what you and me and other people, when it's not just going to be all about the oracle preaching. There's the oracle worship. There's the oracle singing, and you carry that. So, tell us how people can support you. What can they actually do practically to help you?
So on Rocket Fuel, you can actually give towards the album, because obviously to make these albums amazing, we need to use sort of producers and that kind of thing. So that's what we did with Relocate, and we
need all the musicians, recording studio. It is expensive to make it a proper quality, isn't it? High quality.
We want to make something that is amazing. And I feel like with Relocate, we were so blessed because so many people helped us to do that. It wouldn't have become a reality without the support of everyone sort of believing in the album and the concept, really. And we feel like with these 2 albums that they're bodies of work that we feel like we're releasing out. So it's almost like if you want to hear this kind of music and you want this revelation on the music, then we need help to make it happen, really. So you can pre-order the albums. That is amazing. Just pre-ordering them is great if just you're able to.
The album alone helps, and it's only a small amount, but other people might want to sponsor a song. We sponsored a song, and I'm excited about that. It feels like an honor to stand with you, and that's why I love doing these kind of videos, because I believe in you and I believe in the future, and I've seen the future, and I know there's a realm opening. I had one dream where I was in a crowd and the worship team was in the middle, and they were in a rapture. They were ascended, and for 2 hours we were caught up, and everyone was dripping in the oil of unity. And I knew I was seeing the future. And I've had many dreams like that. And I know the future doesn't just happen. There has to be a group of people that grab the future and run with the future. And it can't just be songs. It has to have the realm. It has to have that realm of wonder and mystery. And I know we're in the early stages, same as the podcasts and the worship, but we know we're building towards something that's beyond our wildest dreams.
Yeah,
and I feel like as you emerge, you will trigger others, because I know one of your hearts and mine is for many voices.
Yes, yeah.
Many voices
Definitely.
to come through, that we're making a way for even our children and our children's children. Like Ray Hughes talks about, he's an amazing worship guy. He believes we can create now something that shapes the next 500 years, the next 1,000 years. And that's the kind of thing we need to sow into, is to sow into the kingdom realm that cannot be shaken. So it's awesome, Janine. I'm just loving it. So drop the information down below. And any last words?
Yeah, just thank you really to everyone who does pre-order the albums. We feel like we're doing this, we're going for it, but it's just so amazing when you feel cheered on by so many people. So yeah, just thank you for everyone who does sort of buy the music and cheer us on. That's great. Thank you.
That's awesome. Okay, that's awesome, Janine. Thanks for sharing everything that you've shared with us today. Just want to encourage everybody out there, jump on board, sign up for the Creative Hub. I think it's going to be a special time. Look out for new stuff in the new year, the table talks, the new podcast Janine's going to be launching. I'm hoping to be involved in that, Rachel. But we're also going to draw on some of our friends around the world who are pioneering in the realm of worship, especially because there's just a wave coming. You can feel it. So get ready for it, guys. You're a part of it. Join the revolution.
Yeah.
Awesome.